Good evening, fellow YouTubers. It's me again with another toy review. Now that I've gotten Ultraman Ace out of the way, it's time for me to show you the other half of my recent purchase for the month of October. Anyways, here he is, one of Ultraman Ace's Choju that he fought in the series, Vakishim. And as you can see, this is going to be a very interesting review because of certain flaws I've gotten with this figure, this specific figure. For example, but before we get into that, let's take a look at the tag that he came with. As you can see, this is the exact same tag design as Black King due to its more earlier look, with the mugshot of the kaiju there, along with the hero's portrait from which series he came from, Vakishim, Ultraman Ace. But other than that, let's get on to the figure itself. This is number 17 in the issue, by the way, the series. Anyways, this is a very good-looking monster. Got nice orange, yellow hues on his body here. It looks good, right? You may think to yourself, yeah, this looks pretty good, right? Well, it does, but the problem with this specific figure I got itself was probably how they managed to ship it, because when you take a look here, like there, my God, I don't know how you could screw that up, but for some odd reason there's like a paint scuff or a mismarking there, and they accidentally left that on there without fixing it. Yeah, to like inspect that would be great. But and there's some on the horn here, but surprisingly enough, this is not the worst part of the figure itself. I'll get to that soon enough, but other than that, I like the detail in this figure. The nice yellow hues on his back here, on his beak, and his body here. It's a very good looking bird-like monster. Like, squawk! So anyways, that's it for detail. Let's move on to articulation. As you can obviously see, he looks like he's the basic monster with only 4 points of articulation, or 5. But actually, Vakishim has 7 points of articulation, believe it or not. First off, the most pointless point of articulation is this thing that some people would want to call a tail. I don't want to call this thing a tail, okay? I call this thing a short tail spike stump thing, because how do you call this a tail? I don't know. I don't know if it's really a tail or not, but still, it's completely pointless. But then there's the legs, which rotate good enough around 360 degrees, like that and that. You also get to see the little 2000 mold. I think that's 2006. Yes, it's mold based off the Ultraman Mebius version. That one looked more purple than this one, but still. His arms do rotate, but you have to spread them out a bit to prevent any paint scuffs. I'm not going to rotate this one because I've already did this, because it basically does the same thing. Fine, I'll do it anyway, because why not? But guess what? Guess where the last 2 points are? Yeah. The arms, like the hands. These little fat mittens, spiked mittens you call hands. You could actually rotate them. Why? What's the point of it? I have no clue. Maybe you could like have him do the zombie walk or something, or just mash things with his spiky hands, like. But yeah. Where this figure really falls apart is, unfortunately, this little thing that I've mentioned in my previous review about how this guy has basically the Choju syndrome, as some other YouTubers would coin it. I do believe Goji73 was the one who first coined this terminology for the Choju syndrome due to their infamous underscaling. For example, I'm going to get out Ultraman Ace himself, because, yeah, as you can see, this is not good. He could be around this big. I don't know. I honestly have no idea why they would underscale the Choju like this. They never did this with like Black King. He had like a horn like this or something. But here's Black King. He had a horn like this, and I don't think he had any problems with the sizing or whatnot. Still, I even think that this would have been a better choice for the Ultra 500 version of Vakishim because of how more 5-inchy he looked as opposed to 6 inches. Because I'd rather scale things from head to toe, not horn to toe, because horns don't count. Gotta be completely honest. Horns don't count. But still, I would think that they would just use the same mold for the 500 figure, but surprisingly enough, they didn't. They actually used an even smaller figure for the 500 line. Why, I have no idea. It makes it even more ridiculously small than it already is. But what can you do? It's Bandai. They can do whatever they want with their figures. I don't know what the point is in complaining, but still, it does look pretty weird. But it's not too bad to actually kill the figure or whatnot. So you could try to make this work. It's not too bad. Get this guy out of here. But anyhow, lastly, on to rarity. Just like Ultraman Ace and all the monsters that I reviewed, you can find Vakishim at Amazon.com or eBay or whatnot. I always pick Amazon because, yeah, he's a much better choice for that. He goes around for a very decent price, probably similar to that of Ace's, like around $16 or $18 or whatnot. But anyways, I'll give this figure a 3 out of 5. It's good. It's very good detail, articulation, and very, very awkward scaling. But there's nothing we can do about it, so I'll just leave it at that. If you really want this guy, get him. Be prepared what you're planning to get for this guy. So, anyways, that's it for this review. Hope you have a good night.